Hi everyone, it's Vicky here from Crafty Heaven, and thank you very much for joining me today. And today's video is completely different to what I originally had filmed. So I've spent most of today crying because I had lost the footage of the spellbook tutorial. I accidentally deleted it when I was clearing out my photo album because I needed some storage, and I must have deleted it. And it's not in my recycle bin, it's not in my Google Photos, it's not even on my SD card, so absolutely distraught. So the only videos I have of me showing you the finished product once it's decorated, because I filmed the process of me altering the book, but I didn't actually film me decorating it because I know some people find that a bit boring. So I skipped that bit, decorated it off camera, and then come back and showed you the finished result. So the main bit of me altering the book is gone. So I've had to redo it all again because I didn't want to disappoint you guys, because I know you guys was looking forward to the tutorial. The book we're altering a lot bigger than the one that I did originally, because the one I did originally was probably only that size, a really medium small size. So this is a lot bigger, but it's the same process for whatever size book you do. So obviously the inside, when I add my bottles, is going to be different. I'll have more room to add a variety of different shelves and bottles in there, so I'll do that, and then I'll come back and show you what the inside looks like when I've finished decorating it. But I'll also insert the other clip of the original book with the inside all decorated in that one, and I'll show you that as well. So again guys, I'm really sorry that it's not the original tutorial, but it is the same process, it's just a different size book. So it's not the end of the world, but when you spend hours and hours on a project and then you end up deleting it, it's a bit gut-wrenching, to be honest. But anyway, like I said, I hope that you enjoy this tutorial, and yeah, as always, give it a big thumbs up and continue to subscribe to my channel, and take care, and see you soon. So this is the book that we're going to alter, and it's quite a big book, as you can see. And what I liked about it is the fact that the inside cover is already black, so we don't need to do anything to that. And this is just a hymn book that I got from a charity shop that we're going to alter. So you are going to need some tissue paper or toilet roll paper, napkin paper, you know, anything like that you need to decoupage your book. You'll also need some Mod Podge for that. I'm going to be using the matte Mod Podge, and then you're going to need some black paint or brown, dark brown paint, whatever colour you want for your book to cover your napkin. So we're going to die cut out some pieces that we're going to stick to our book first, then we're going to decoupage over the top. So I'm going to be using this spider web and the spider, and this one is from the Tombstone gift bag die set. And I'm also going to be die cutting out the potions, and that's going to go on the front here, I think, if I've got enough room. And then I'm going to be die cutting them out with some foam, and I've just got this foam from the range, and it's the Dove Craft Junior, so you can find in the kids craft section. And this is what it's called and what it looks like, and it's not a very thick foam either. And then I'm going to die cut the word spell and have that on the side here, but I'm going to cut that out of paper and do a bit of distressing over it and have that on the side like I did in the original one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut out these pieces and the potion letters out of the foam, and then so I've cut them out, and I've also cut out the frame from this die set as well, just so the word potions can be in the center of it and it just fills up that space. So I'm going to have the spider webs in the corner like that, then have Potion in the middle, and then I might have the spider on there like that. So I'm going to glue these down, and I'm just simply going to glue them down with hot glue. Okay, so I've added them, and as you can see, there's glue everywhere, there's strings everywhere, but don't worry about that because it's all going to get covered up, and it adds a bit more of the character to the book. So I've added the letters to make potions, and I've purposely done them at different angles just to give them that more of an eerie look. So now we're going to decoupage the front and the back and the side of our cover. So I've got a box of tissues here, and we are just simply, you can either leave it as one sheet and then just go over it and just crinkle it up as you glue it on, but I'm actually just going to tear it just so I can have smaller pieces to work with. So I'm just going to break them up. Okay, and then I'm going to get my Mod Podge. And ideally you don't want to go on the inside, you just want to go up to the edge here. So if you go past it, make sure that you get the glue right up to that edge, and then any excess we can just trim off. Okay, so this feels like deja vu. Making this again. So let's add some Mod Podge. I'm going to start, I think, in the middle. I'm just going to simply make sure that I get the glue in between the holes. Get plenty of glue on there. And then I'm going to get my tissue and just simply place it on, and I'm going to just scrunch it up as well, just to give it that more eerie feel to the book. And don't worry about once the tissue your tissue has dried, it will look a bit weird, but once we've painted it and added a bit of gold paint to it, it will look really cool. So we're just going to simply carry on. I forgot to mention that I added some foam strips down the side to give it a bit more of that aged look to a book, and then in between I'm going to add the letters to spell out spells. Okay, so I've added 5 strips of foam along the spine here, so I'm going to decoupage over that as well. So I'm going to carry on. Okay, just wanted to let you know that I've done that. Okay, so there we go. So that's now dry, and now we just need to paint the front, the side and the back. And I was going to do it in brown, but as the inside is black, I think I'm just going to do it black on the front as well. So then if I do go over the edge, it doesn't matter because it will all tie in with the cover. So I'm just using some acrylic paint, and this is Noir by Ducrafts Artiste, and I'm just going to just simply place some paint on there, and we're going to just paint over the top. Okay, and this is where the frame, the letters, the spider web and everything starts to show through. And once we've added some, well, I actually had some metallic gold paint, and I went over and just highlighted certain areas to make it stand out. So that's what I'll be doing on this one. So again, I'll go ahead, paint this all, let it dry completely, and then we can go on to the next step. Just to make it all stand out a bit more, I'm using these shiny metallic watercolor paints, and these are by Art Sensations. I think these were £2 or maybe even £1 from the range in the art section, and I'm just going to wet my finger. So I've just got a bit of water on the side here. I'm just going to pick up a bit of the copper paint and just highlight some of those areas, and then if I put too much on, I can just wipe it off like so, and it just makes it a bit more aged looking, I guess. So I'm just rubbing my finger over the top, and again just to wipe any excess off. So I'm going to continue doing that. When I've done that, I'll come back. So there we go. So that is the front cover practically done. So really easy to do. So now what I want to do is we need to attach our pages. So for this we need to glue all our pages together with Mod Podge, and you would just simply get all your pages together like that and go down the edge with the Mod Podge, and you also need to glue it to the back page as well. So go ahead, add Mod Podge all the way down the sides, making sure that they're stuck together, and then put something weighty on top while it dries, and also glue it to the back cover as well. And then we're going to start cutting our opening so we can add our potion bottles in there, and then we can just go ahead and decorate it. But go ahead and glue your pages together. Okay, so that's the sides now all stuck together, and on the original book it did come red on the side, and I'm not sure if to paint that red or if to leave it like that. I don't know, I quite like it like that, to be honest. I think I might leave that as it is. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But now we need to cut to the opening. So for this you do need a ruler and a very sharp knife, and make sure it's a new blade. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my ruler. Okay, so mine measures 5 by just over 8, so I'm going to tick mark at 1 inch on each side and then draw my rectangle. So I'm going to do that. So I've done my rectangle, and now we're going to cut this out. So like I said, you need a really sharp blade for this, preferably a new one, and we're going to go over that line a few times, and we're going to go quite deep into our pages, and it needs to be deep enough so our tubes, glass tubes, fit in here. Okay, so I'll do the first few with you, and then I will skip past the rest. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So that's that to cut out, and I have my glass jars here and they fit in there perfectly. Okay, so what I've gone and done is I've Mod Podged the edge of the inside of my pages, and they are now stuck down. And don't worry about these sections here because we can touch that up with paint. So I'm just going to grab some more black paint, and I'm going to paint the inside of my pages. And I don't have to paint this bit here, but I'm going to anyway, just because I'm going to be painting on the inside. And then I can go ahead and just touch up areas with the black paint. Okay, now this one, you may have to go on the inside of your pages twice with your paint. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do, there we go. That's that now done. So now it's just a case of decorating the inside of our book. So I have these glass jars, and I got these from the range. So I was thinking, in my other one I did like a shelf in the corner. I might have some shelves going along the top here, so I could have some bigger bottles along the bottom, and maybe some, you know, thinner ones, a couple of thinner ones, and then any empty spaces I could fill with some spiders or fake cobweb or a skeleton head, anything. And then some smaller bottles up here with, again, some skulls, some scrolls that we can make out of the paper from Helen's collection. And yeah, I'm just gonna have a play. So what I'm going to do is I am actually going to pause the video and do that off camera, and then I'll come back and show you what I've done. Now, to colour my bottles, all I did was just put some black paint in or some other coloured paints and mix them together to make them a really mucky colour, and then I just shaked it about, and then it gives the, you know, the bottle a really old look, and like it's got really disgusting things inside it. And then obviously I'll label them. So yeah, that's all I did with the test tubes, just put a bit of paint on them and just added a bit of colour to them. So I'm going to go ahead and I will do that, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have gone ahead and added the letters to the side of the book, and I've also decorated it inside. So let's take a look. So there we go. So I've just added some cobweb down the bottom here. I feel like I might need to add a bit more decoration, but I'm not sure yet. But that's what the inside cover looks like, and then this is what the other side looks like. So we've got some cobwebs here again, we've got a spider, we've got a fly trapped in the cobweb, and then we have the shelf section here. So we've also got the Beetlejuice sentiment that's on the paper pack, and I've also added some of the pattern paper at the back here. I've added some shelves in there just with some cardboard, and I painted it black and stuck them in. I've made some scrolls out of the patterned paper as well. And then here are the jars. So we've got raven beak, frog eyeball, zombie juice, human heart, spider legs. And in this one, there's just like, all I put in that was this festive feeling tree pick. I just pulled one of them off and popped that into the jar and just squished it a bit to make it look a bit like a human heart. So I've put that in there. I got some spider legs in here, and they're just cut up from a plastic spider, and pop them in there. Then I've got some of this moss, and again this is the white version of those red picks, and I just coloured them in green. Pop them in there to make the frog eyeballs, and then I just added some paint in the zombie juice, and then I just added some different elements here. So we've got some metal embellishments to make as smaller potion bottles, and we've got some skulls here. I've got this hand that's holding this crossbone here. We have poly juice potion. I just added some orange and black paint in there, and then we've got this skull in the top corner, and we've just added some of the blood border die cuts here. And then I've just distressed it with some of that metallic paint. So there we go. So that is the finished spell potion book. And again, I'm sorry that it's not the original tutorial, but it's the same process as what I did with the other one, just a bigger version. And I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll insert the clip from the original tutorial of the decorated smaller book, so then you can see what that looks like as well at the end of this video. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, as always, give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel, and take care guys, and till next time, see you soon. Bye.